The era of deep uncertainty that has for so long dominated Afghanistan appear even larger as the country is witnessing constant clashes between Taliban insurgents and Afghan forces. The unsystematic withdrawal of US and NATO troops has only worked in the favor of the Taliban as they are making rapid territorial gains in Afghanistan. Meanwhile, Pakistan has been taking advantage of the current chaos and is openly supporting the Taliban to gain the stronghold and fight against the Afghan government. A report.
As the Afghan President Ashraf Ghani offered prayers on the Muslim festival of Eid al-Adha, at least 3 rockets landed near the Afghan presidential palace in Kabul, which is one of the most secure zones in the country. Reports suggest that Islamic State was behind the attack that clearly indicates the growing stronghold of terror groups in the war-torn nation amid Taliban's military offensive against Afghan government. However, Afghan president blamed Taliban for the attack and said that the Taliban have no intention and willingness for peace. With US ground forces in Afghanistan set to leave the country by the end of August, experts say the specter of international terrorism is making an unwelcome return. There are possibilities that other extremist groups, particularly ISIS and Al-Qaeda, could once again use Afghanistan as a base to launch attacks around the world.
I think it is alarming that the ISIS is also coming in. And I know one knows what will happen after some time, because remember, there has been a tendency in the Western media, aided and abetted by Pakistan, to normalize the role of the Taliban. First they talked about good Taliban and bad Taliban. Now it appears that the entire Taliban is actually good. I fear the same will happen with ISIS. We will initially talk about good ISIS and bad ISIS, and after some time this entire ISIS ideology will be normalized and mainstreamed. I think that is something to be worried about. All this talk about the Taliban just walking into Kabul and taking over, I think is overestimating the Taliban's strength. Let us watch this space. So far, I think the Afghan government is putting up a very good fight.
The security situation in Afghanistan is becoming worse by the day as US troops continue with their withdrawal. The Taliban have gained ground in several key towns and border crossings and now claim to control over 80% of the country. Fears are mounting that it is only a matter of time before the Taliban hoist their flag in Kabul, the capital of Afghanistan. Meanwhile, Pakistan has taken advantage of the chaos and has openly supported the Taliban to gain the stronghold and fight against the Afghan government. Afghan President Ashraf Ghani says that Pakistan has not severed its relationship with terror groups. Last week, Ghani lashed out at Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan and the military for aiding the Taliban. He said that more than 10,000 jihadi fighters have entered Afghanistan in the last month, while the Pakistan government had failed to convince the Taliban to participate seriously in the peace talks.
Intelligence estimates indicate the influx of over 10,000 jihadi fighters from Pakistan and other places in the last month, as well as support from their affiliates in the transnational terrorist organization. There's a consensus among credible international observers that they've not taken any steps to sever their relationship with terrorist organizations. Contrary to the declarations of their political office that they will not attack cities and provincial centers, they are accelerating their attacks in attempting to starve the city. Contrary to the repeated assurances by Prime Minister Khan and his generals that Pakistan does not find a Taliban takeover in Afghanistan in Pakistan's interest, and short of use of force, will use its power to influence to make the Taliban negotiate seriously. Networks and organizations supporting the Taliban are openly celebrating the destruction of the assets and capabilities of the Afghan people and state.
Earlier this month, the ISI-backed Taliban took control of border crossings in Afghanistan, including Spin Boldak near Kandahar, which is a major port of entry between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Afghan army tried to regain the territory. However, Amrullah Saleh, The Vice President of Afghanistan alleged that the Pakistan Air Force stopped Afghan forces and provided close air support to the Taliban. Several videos and pictures of Taliban supporters roaming and waving flags in Pakistan's Quetta surfacing over social media clearly expose Pakistan. Reports suggest that Quetta Shura, that is the Taliban's leadership council, still operates from Balochistan's capital, Quetta.
The Western world has chosen deliberately to turn a blind eye to whatever Pakistan is doing. I mean, where are the Taliban leaders? The big Taliban leaders are not to be seen in Afghanistan. They are either seen in Qatar or they are seen in Pakistan. So for Pakistan to say that they are not arming and aiding Taliban is so false. The rest of the world knows it but chooses to ignore it. Secondly, I think a far more alarming development was the following, that when the Taliban were really under pressure getting pushed back, the Pakistan government sent a message to the Afghan government, as said by Vice President Amirullah Saleh, that if you keep on fighting like this, we will basically provide Taliban with air support. Now if that is not just blatant support, it is Pakistani involvement in the Afghan war.
Taliban have not even spared journalists covering the Afghan conflict. Taliban fighters killed an Indian journalist Danish Siddiqui on July 16, while covering a clash between Afghan security forces and Taliban insurgents near a border crossing with Pakistan. Although Taliban denied their role in his killing and even expressed regret over the death of Pulitzer Award-winning journalist, news reports suggest that Taliban not only shot Siddiqui but also disrespected and mutilated his body. With the rise of Taliban insurgents in the war-rigged country, the risk of such targeted killing of media persons has risen further.